Why do we teach math? Now, I've been doing this for 32 years, and I've taught just about every type of math there is to teach. And inevitably, every year a student will say to me, why are we learning this? Why do we need to take math? And I jokingly tell them, well, you know what algebra is, right? And they'll say, what's that? And I'll say, well, your parents decided that your high school experience was entirely too easy, and they needed something trivial and meaningless to give a challenge to your high school education. They call it algebra. And the kids look at me like I'm serious. Of course I'm not. I mean, I'm joking. Then I say, you know what college is, don't you? Then they say, well, or you know what calculus is, don't you? And they're like, well, what is calculus? I said, well, your parents decided that your college education was entirely too easy and you needed even a more challenging, more useless type of math. So they invented calculus. And by this time, the kids are thinking, Mr. Murphy can't be serious. And I'm not. But why? Why would I make a kid take geometry, algebra 1, algebra 2, and nowadays they got to take some other higher level math, a lot of pre-calc, and I teach finite. And of course, a few kids make it to AP calculus and some statistics. But we teach this math, and the people that teach it, I don't even think know. Why do we teach math? Well, every teacher should be teaching problem solving. That's why we're here. We're teaching them how to solve problems, not to remember a quadratic formula, not to remember the Pythagorean theorem, but actually how to solve a problem. This channel that I've developed, I'm going to be walking through problem solving. And I'm talking some serious problems. A lot of times I'll give you an easy problem, and when you see that easy problem, you'll just do it. Or some of you will even go on the internet and research how to do it. But that's not what math is about in high school and college. It's about genuine problem solving, where you get a problem that you've never seen before. You think through the problem, you strategize a solution, you experiment, you think outside the box. You apply all the things necessary to solve a really complicated problem. If you just go on the internet and get the answer, Mathways or, Photomath or these things that you use, you're not really filling the purpose of the math class. The math class is designed to teach students how to solve problems. It doesn't always just have to be mathematics, but mathematics lends themselves to logic and easy things that you can use, and they can be applied to the real world quite easily. But certainly there's all kinds of problem solving that doesn't require just math. It's just problem solving. So these videos, I'm going to be focusing on math problem solving, and I'm going to show you how I solved problems and didn't go on the internet. Later on, some of them I found out there's actually a solution, and I feel kind of silly because, yes, I could have went on the internet and found the answer, but I enjoy the actual process of experimenting, thinking outside the box, brainstorming, just all that kind of stuff that's involved in solving a math problem. Also, you math teachers out there, you shouldn't be giving a bunch of simple practice problems. A few practice problems, okay, but the idea is it's better to have few really challenging, thinking problems where they have to work through something, and it take, maybe 5. I know in my AP class, we only get a few questions done in a class because they're pretty hard. In Algebra 1, you can get a lot more problems done, but the higher level you go, the more challenging they become, and the longer it takes to complete a problem. It's better to go deep and have fewer problems than to go shallow and have loads of problems. Because really, learning doesn't occur unless you're challenging the students. Now, if you're a math teacher, there's 8 mathematical practices. Those practices, if you study them carefully, include all the different elements of problem solving. Just please review them because they give you the answer on how you should teach something, and they're quite useful. So that's my answer. The real reason we teach math is to teach students how to problem solve. So if you're going in that classroom this year, I please recommend you always give them a challenging. Thank you. And if you have a comment, please leave your comment. Don't forget to give me a like and subscribe. And I hope you start looking at my problems that I do solve, and I'll try to get deeper into the thought process of how I solve them. And a lot of these problems that I'm solving, I'm not going to the internet. Yes, I have a lot of knowledge in math, but some of these problems, it's been a while. I haven't seen them, so it's a really good exercise to stimulate my brain and to get the whole problem-solving thing going. So I encourage you to do that, and just have a great year this year. Thank you.